Hi everyone. Yes, I'm glad to be back live again. I know it's been pretty long. Pretty long? Yeah, actually, it's been long that we had this live conversation. Yeah, but today, I'm here to not just myself, but I'm coming along with my own very other goodness, and we want to just have this dimension of conversation with you all. Yeah, and um, one thing, one thing I want to assure everybody that is going to come into this live, if you're going to be available to attend it live now, or you are going to watch this video later on, this video or the content that will be shared here um, is a transformative content that will make you decide on something. Yeah, so this content here will make you change your decision, make an informed decision today with all we're going to be sharing here. So we're not going to waste too much of your time. Yeah, so I'm going to my second person is here. I can see Ode is here, but I want to see that we're up to like some certain number. Let's give some people some give and take, like 5 more minutes, right? And then we quickly jump into the conversation. Keep coming, guys. I can see like 6 people are already here. Thank you so much for coming in. So like I was saying, I want to assure you that as you come in today and be part of this life, please have an open mind. Yeah, what I'll be sharing might not be something new to most of us, but yet do not commonize it. Do not say I already know, I already know, I already know. Just try to be calm, listen, ask great questions, questions that maybe that has been troubling your mind for some time now. Ask the question around our conversation, and after listening, because most times people hear things, people see things, people participate in things, but they don't practice. After listening to this conversation, after engaging with us in this conversation, please, the next thing is, from tomorrow, in fact from tonight, or as soon as you can, take the next action. Take the action. Practice what you heard. Jump into action. Jump into action. Most of us, like when I shared this some time back, people had to change their path of jobs. People had to resign. People had to focus with their life. Things change. Yeah, so things might change for you. Just expect that things might change for you. Yeah, so I can see all the thumbs up and love and everything. So Ode is here. Maybe I should just jump straight to having Ode, because she's not going to spend all of her time with us. Yeah, so Ode, I'm calling you forth now. Like I'm calling you forth. Don't worry, I'm going to ask you to join, and then you just have to. Okay, I've added you. So you will see a request on your screen. You just accept it, and we're gonna have Ode. For those that came that they are going, okay. Those that are available. Once Ode just
Come up. Yes. Hey, Ode is here. Ode is here. Mr. Excellency, I thought I heard you guys before. All right, yeah. So Ode is here, and they were jumping straight to the conversation. Ode. Anyway, we cannot see our face today because of the technical issues. Yes, we can hear you. Guys, if you can't see Ode's face tonight because of some issues, just stay glued to the picture that you've seen initially, or probably check her out on her Facebook page, and then, this is who spoke, because you might be hearing more of her voice and seeing less of her face tonight. Yeah. So, Ode, but I'm happy. Say something. Happy you're here and we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, Ade. Good evening, everyone.
So we can hear Ode's voice. Welcome on board, Ode. Thank you, Mr. Sotubo, Michael. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Yeah. So quickly, guys, we are saying that your story Okay, okay, let me just, this is not like an interview. Please don't be angry. I'm not like doing interview. We're just going to be gisting. Ode, yesterday when I was sharing with some things yesterday, I made them realize that.
Stories. Oh, or they lost the connection. Anyway, what I'm saying is, your own story can be that tool that paves way for you. So I don't know if this is already making sense, like if you understand what this statement means. Your story. Now, your story is different from the story of you sharing that, oh, I am working in A, B, C, D, and Z has this. That's not the story we're talking about. Or I did my business and I made this million naira or these thousands of naira, and I'm rich, or this. That's not the story we're talking about. What we mean by your story can pave way for you is that your story of you as a person, your story of your impact story. Yeah, now what have you as a person done or seen or tried to do? What have you done that you feel you have a story to share? What have you done that you feel you have a story to share? What have you seen? What have you identified around you that you were able to fix it, or you were able to do something around it? Not like what I said, everybody should go and join the NGO space or do humanitarian work or do selfless service. No, please don't think I'm telling you about NGO work here, or um, um, humanitarian work. No, that's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm trying to look for Ode again. Sorry. Okay, Ode had a network issue, but she's going to come back anyway. So what I'm telling you to do is that, as an individual who wants to be successful definition is not in terms of you working, getting positions, making money. That is your success story. No, but success story that I am looking for that is going to pave way for you is, let's take for example the story of Mark Zuckerberg, the story of the person that founded this Facebook, Instagram, social media things that we are all using now, that is making sense to us, that is helping us, that is people are using. Now, Mark at that time, or the people that actually made these social media platforms, yeah, when when they were there at that time, right? I'm sure they were thinking of what they could do to contribute, or what they could do to actually get something fixed. Yeah. So you as a person, you have to look for an issue. So Mark Zuckerberg saw an issue around connecting people together. Maybe he was thinking, what can I do, or what can be there that is going to connect people together, that irrespective of their location or distance, they are going to, that. So now he saw that issue, he thought of the solution, he implemented the solution by bringing forth Facebook and all the platforms, yeah. And today everybody is using this platform. Now that is Mark Zuckerberg's story. Now if Mark Zuckerberg should drop dead today, like if he should die today, like now, his story has paved way for him. His story has given him a name legacy. His story, his story is something that anybody can remember him for. His story of, oh, there was somebody that was here on earth that was able to, make people connect from everywhere. There is a story attached to his name. There is a story attached to the solution that he brought to a space that did not exist. So do you understand? So when we're saying every individual, your story can pave way for you. You don't need to be a billionaire or be a millionaire or be a thousandaire, like you have so much thousands, or acquire particular position. Some of us students feel when we are finished school, done NYSC, get a job, become rich, that's when you will share your story, or that is when you think you have a story. No. What we are saying as individuals now is, your story, make sure you are seeing something, thinking of something, doing something that actually give birth to your story, that open doors for you. Because naturally, if you're making impact, if what you invented, or if what you put in place, or if what you are doing is actually making impact, is actually helping people, we make the right decision or get something or help somebody somewhere. If something you're doing is contributing towards another person or a particular place growth, right? If it's adding value or adding something, that story is going to pave way for you. It's going to pave way for you. So Ode is back. Let me add that story is going to pave way for you. So I'll be asking Ode now, like, can she share with us
The power of. Okay, welcome back. Your network was.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much
So,
for having me. I'm with you.
yeah. Okay, so let me just allow you have the floor. Like, what can you say about how an individual story can pave way for them? I've been talking about it, but I've not really hit the nail. But I just want to you know keep the conversation from here.
Okay, so this is something that for many people they feel like when we say an individual story, many people feel like um some people's story is more, what's the word, attractive than others. Some people's story is more compelling. Yeah, compelling is the word. Many people feel like some person's story is more compelling than theirs, or this story is more emotional or more sympathetic or more inspirational. You understand? You know the whole goosebumps feeling. But the truth is, everybody has their own story that's unique in its own way, and everybody's story has its own power to, as the topic, pave way for you, to inspire, to compel people to action. It's just for you to discover what is your story. Now, wherever you may be coming from, now I'm not speaking from the, say, philosophical point of view. I'm speaking from my own place. Say, for example, you are driving the advocacy against sexual gender-based violence. Most people feel that, oh, you must have been sexually violated. That's why you are at the forefront of the advocacy against rape, against gender-based violence. But that may not always be the case. You understand? It could be that you are coming from the place of empathy and understanding what other women or girls have gone through, or you have had a near harassment or abuse experience. It could be that whatever may be your own story, you have to understand that there is a uniqueness to your story, and there is an action that is supposed to come out of your story. There is supposed to be, it may not sound as perfect as other people's own may be. Oh, I came from poverty, there was no money, I'm from there, like grass to grace. No. I feel like many people need to understand this. And even if your own story is that story, that's good. It's one thing to have that
Okay,
kind of story,
okay.
and nothing for you to
So,
be able to harness it. So yeah, okay, let me allow you. Let me allow you. You wanted to come in.
okay. Yeah, no, no. As you were sharing, I don't know. I don't really. You know, you were not expecting what was coming or what I was even going to like
Yes,
ask
yes.
or so. Yeah, but for the sake of the people that are going to get to see this video, so they don't think, oh, this story thing is expected from ABCD kind of people. Yeah.
Okay.
I would not want to use myself as an example because if you're going to bring my age factors here, okay, somebody might like it's expected for somebody of this age, to get this. But can you share with me somebody that is young that you know has that has done something that has become his or her story and has paved way for that person? Like somebody that is young, somebody that is young, maybe around your stage, like if possible, if you want to share your own story, fine. But can you just give us a little so people can see that it's not about age, it's not about qualification, it's not about your achievement. Like okay, you've made money in your account, yeah.
Okay, so I'm really trying to think over the top of my head someone, because definitely there are a lot of people, and I could still use the word amazing people. Everybody's story is amazing in its own way. But I'm thinking of like a young person within my age bracket, and um there are quite a lot. Yes, there are quite a lot. I may not have to mention him over this call because maybe
No, no,
if it's
yeah,
not in the public.
yeah.
But I know a friend of mine who her whole story, what she's doing at the moment, pushing advocacy on gender equality and ensuring that we end all forms of gender-based violence, came from the place of her mom, because her parents separated at a very young age. And for her, that was like a turning point for her life and her siblings. They are all girls. I think they're about 4 girls. And with that separation, it left a void. But aside that, she also realized that there was a double burden of challenge on her mom to meet up with the needs, and that personal determination from her mom to ensure that their needs are taken care of, especially their basic needs on education, feeding, housing, and shelter. So to cut the long story short, for
Yeah.
her, she started her own non-profit organization at the age of, currently she's 26, yeah, but she started at the age of 21, I think. Yeah. But it's not about her opening her own organization, that is the point exactly. But what I took from when she shared her story and what she has become, because at the moment she's consulting with an international organization, and on the side running
Wow.
her business, and on the side running her organization. But the point that
So now
was
what?
striking,
Sorry, what she has done is has now made her a consultant
yes, the
for
work she has done
scientific
over the
organization.
years, yes. So I'm coming somewhere. Where I'm coming from is a place that, despite her background and how um I don't know if the word would be unsettling, the separation from her parent was, and how her family had to relocate, and things were not as perfect as it used to be, comfortable as it used to be before then. And she has had near experience of harassment, abuse, deprivation, poverty. She was able to turn that
Yeah.
situation around. She did not just stay in that place of pity and feeling like life has happened to her and it's not within her control to do anything about it. And I don't want to push so much because on say, oh, she opened her own organization. That's not the point of
Yeah,
my
yeah,
story,
yeah,
because
yeah.
many people will feel, oh, because of this aspect of my story, let me go and open an organization to solve this issue. It has to be a calling. It has to be that, okay, you are being led to do this. You're not pushed by what everybody is doing and feel that this is an opportunity for you to get popular or access opportunities that comes with having an organization. No, it has to come from a place of calling and you see that need. So at the moment, how she has been able to turn her pain points of her story to a point of inspiration, and to also a point of relevance for herself and also for her family, because recently her mom celebrated her 50th birthday and she threw a party for her mom, and it was like a point of happiness that from where they were coming from, God has brought them to this point.
It's amazing
So
that.
it's just
Yeah.
her ability. What is still striking for me is her ability to turn that pain point of her story and interestingly raise her younger siblings, the other girls, to that place of self-confidence, to that place of removing themselves from feeling pity, but taking ownership of their life, taking responsibility for what would come out of their story. Many of them engage in different entrepreneurship because she's doing a lot of things like business wise, so that she has her own source of income, not just relying on one thing, providing support. So
Yeah.
all this makes a lot of difference for me, and it shows the power of your story. It doesn't have to be that, oh, you have turned water to wine or stone to bread. No, it is that situation that was a pain point for you, that situation that maybe in your community nobody has done that before, or you guys are limited in terms of what is possible in your community or in your situation or your family, or the kind of possibilities that exist based on who has gone as far as this. If you can turn that around, that is what people are looking for. I just remembered another story about, this one is even someone closer to me. She shared about how her mom in her days got a fully funded scholarship to study in Harvard University to study law. And then her mom, her father, like her grandfather, you understand, her mom's father, her grandfather had male children and female children, and he insisted that a female child will not go to school before a male child. So if her mom wants to go to school, even though she was the older child and she was smart enough to apply for a scholarship when even children were not going to school in those days, that's in the 60s, she has to wait. So she pleaded, she did everything possible. This is her mom now. Her father insisted. Nobody to offer her just the little support that is needed for her to process some papers and documentation. Then she goes over. She even deferred the admission for up to a year. And that's how she lost the opportunity because there was nobody to support her. But when she shared this story, she said her mom, it took many years, and it was at the dying point of her grandfather that he had to beg the mom that, please forgive me for not allowing you to access this opportunity. Who knows what her mother would have become today if she had gone to Harvard University, studied law, and how great she would have become. But that's not the point I'm focusing on for this story. She said her mom decided and vowed that nothing and nobody on this earth will stop her female children from attaining the highest form of education they desire. So if we recognize, and aside just her children, her mom spent the rest of her life. She didn't open an organization, no. She worked with several gender-based organizations to promote equal opportunities to women and girls. So that mom has toured the 36 states of Nigeria doing various interventions. So this shows that she was able to turn that her pain points to a solution for her children and for more women and girls. Yes, there's no way you tell me that she has not felt that deep sense of loss and her dying, or what would have become of me if this has happened. But she didn't just relax there and maybe chew your finger and keep regretting. No, she looked for a way to transform that emotions and pain into something that gives life and better opportunities for her girls and for other women and girls in the community. And I was telling her that this is a good point, this is a good story to tell. Say, for example, you want to apply for a postgraduate scholarship. This is a good story to tell because you're also playing the line of what your mom is doing. This is a powerful story to talk about how through generational struggles, there's an inspiration to strive to become better. And this tells a lot about what all our stories could be. Nobody's story is more profound than another person. It's just for you to sit down and see how you can harness the power of your story through actions, not just mere talk. You understand? Through action, because it is evidence based. You cannot just come and cook up story and we cannot see the result of your story in your life. So let me just stop here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ode. Yeah, so just before Ode leave, I would like to say something so that maybe Ode can have one or two to add. Yeah, so I love the angle of the story area that Ode came from. Yeah, but what I want to also add to this conversation about story, when I mean story, yeah, I also mean um so that I'm trying to move your mind away from the NGO context or selflessly doing something because you almost experienced it, like what they said, or you're fighting for a cause. Now it's another angle of stories that can pave way for you, right? I've already shared Max Gobek's story and how it has paved way for him. So now I want to bring it to another angle. Now, has is there something out there as a person that you are now that you've discovered that you know that you actually have strong passion for or you have interest in? Please speak my word, passion and interest. Now, if you discover something you have passion for and you have interest in, it's going to drive you to start doing something around these two things. But many people have lost their stories, Odi. Many people have lost their stories because even though they know that, for example, let me use a doctor for example, even though they know that right from when they were little as children, they naturally know how to draw. They naturally have passion for drawing. Naturally, they can They can use images and, pass different messages. Yeah, they discovered they had these skills. Yeah, and went through secondary school. They saw that their skills were increasing and it was turning out well. Some of them won in internal school awards and all of that. When it was now time to go to university, they now got distracted from that interest, that passion, because most times what will pave way for you, that story is tied around that thing you're passionate about and that thing you have high interest on. I don't want to use the word that thing you have purpose, or that's your purpose. No, I'm using the word passion and interest. So now most people allow themselves to be distracted. Now I'm still on that doctor story. Yeah, so the doctor who knows that he loves ABCD skills, hand drawing, art, and everything. Now, because people say, if you study medicine, that's where the money is. So your parents say, be my family doctor. Oh, when you are a doctor, there is this name that comes in the family. There is this constant job, constant money. So there are a lot of things that have played in your mind that informed your decision to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to be a doctor. So now you succeeded in going through your medical school, you passed, you became a doctor actually. But while you are a doctor, you are just working. So now, like I said from the beginning, your working story, your money making story, maybe you're doing business making money. Your working story, you're working somewhere, you're being paid salary to do that work. In fact, you are working because they are paying you or keeping you. That is not a story that we're asking you to come and share that will pay for you. It is not that story I'm talking about. Now, that doctor is doing that work because he's a doctor and because he's being paid for it. But that same doctor naturally still paints, still draws, still have that artistic thing. Now, imagine if that doctor was now using his skills right from when he was small to trans to share different messages through drawings. You can come today and see he has drawn about tree, or drawn about, we can pass information around using our artwork, and our artwork to share stories, or to even create peace, or to even do something for society. Yeah, so imagine the doctor was able to use his art to create or invent something with the artistry world, or whatever creative he was able to do. And the story now becomes, oh, there was a young boy that started drawing, or that his drawing has actually brought up a model that is used to transfer information around A, B, C, D, and Z. If you want to know about this country, look at this drawing. These drawings is something that gives you peace, or that gives you a nice sense of view when you're looking at it. So now that is a story we are looking for that can paint way for you. What are you doing, or what have you discovered that is your interest and passion that you are doing, and you have built and you have grown in it? Imagine that doctor not being a doctor, but going to an artist school or practicing his artwork. And then what do you think will come out of that doctor? He will be the best art person. He will be someone that his artwork is being demanded in and out of the country globally, is being recognized. Yeah, it's being needed. And if such doctor should, not the doctor, that same doctor anymore, but the art person now, if such person now goes out to say, I want to look for my type, are there young people around me, or are there children that naturally loves to draw, and start gathering them and start encouraging them to go into the artistry world and all of that, and start building a future for them with their artwork, and start becoming a hope or a light for these children to actually run with their artistry stuff? That supposed doctor will now have a story to say, when I was young, I discovered that I love drawing. I started drawing and I made this out of drawing. And then I was able to impact so many people, like 100 million people, to now started jumping into drawing, people who are naturally gifted in drawing. And today we have a drawing company, or we have a this. Now that is a story. That's another angle of story that I'm trying to. We are trying to tell you guys listening to this video that don't settle for living the rest of your life, or using your energy, using your age now, using your skills now to say, oh, I am working in this company, I am doing this. Some of us go into marriages and even lost lost what we are passionate about, lost what we are interested about, kill our own story, or allow distractions to kill our own stories, and therefore you just exist and not making your name have a legacy. Like I was telling you, if Mark Zuckerberg should die tomorrow, I'm not saying he's going to die, please, so, but if he should drop dead tomorrow now, he already have a name legacy with his story, not because he's a staff or somebody that work or that founded Facebook, but because what he established or what he founded was able to create a solution for people, for the society, for system. Now his story has put a peg on his name, that his name will forever be remembered. You understand? So that's another angle of story I'm trying to make everybody here, like listening to this live. Or they are sharing another angle that if you missed it, come back and watch it in case you are not hearing she was sharing another angle. But we are trying to now charge you up that, hey, do not spend your life thinking you're going after money. Going after money is good, though, no problem. Personally, I try to do small business, go after money. But then I try to live my passion and my interest. And as you grow, as you keep doing that your passion and interest, your story unfolds itself. Your story does not come out overnight. Your story comes in a process format. Today, all the Christians are celebrating Jesus Christ's story, the story of Jesus Christ, our Savior, our this, our that. But we are trying to forget the story, how it started. No story that is going to pave way will just start on a very smooth surface. There is a process involved in it. Now, since just because we're all celebrating today, where was he born? In a manger where they're keeping animals. But just like the story Ode shared, from nothing to something. But it was his passion, it was his interest. Forget calling or assignment. I'm not using the word calling or assignment so that you think we're talking about church here. Yeah. But the Jesus Christ, when he was small, had interest in sharing messages with people, had interest to teach. He was going to temple to just do his talking. And do you know, when you are in your place of doing that thing you're passionate and interested about, the potentials unveil itself, and the story bring forth further results. And at the end of the day, that leaves a name for you. So today we share Jesus Christ's story, not because it's Jesus Christ, not because it's just God's son, but because his story stick to his name. Ode, please, do you get this angle I'm coming from? Yeah.
No, I actually agree with you. I agree, and I wanted to just add my voice a bit to what you shared.
Okay, yeah, please.
Because I'm also looking at it from the other side of people who, whatever they are pursuing about their life, which may not be what they were initially passionate about or interested in, it may be as a result of circumstance beyond their control. And I can relate to that because I know quite a few people who it was a situation of making lemonade out of lemons. It was a situation of they found themselves in this situation, but they still made the best out of it. Even though there's still that part of them that is yearning to pursue their passion or their interest. But just to balance it, because life may not be as perfect or easy to get by with harnessing your story and your interest as it may seem. There are various factors that come to play. I feel that even if you are feeling stuck at this point, maybe you're just trying to survive, especially in a country like Nigeria where it is
Exactly,
difficult to
trying to
be a
survive. So
Nigerian
they
in
are doing
Nigeria.
anything.
So I totally get, I understand that if somebody that is alive and healthy and even able to meet their basic needs that can pursue passion or interest, I agree with you. But you agree with me that everybody desires that place of fulfillment, that place of deriving satisfaction and happiness from what you are doing. And that sense of fulfillment, that's the word I was looking for, that sense of
Yeah.
fulfillment. So for you, it may be that, making more money, creating business, economic development is what gives you that sense of fulfillment, all well and good. It could be that your business or your for-profit organization thriving or supporting organizations to do that and contributing to the economic development, or using the money for philanthropic support is giving you happiness. That's great. But maybe you may feel, oh, I used to be passionate about music, I used to be passionate about dance, but I don't think it's something I can explore anymore. I cannot say, oh, leave whatever you are doing now and go back to it. No, I can only say, in that situation you have found yourself now, is it giving you a sense of fulfillment? Is it giving you a sense of happiness? Are you finding joy and feeling that I am living life? You are not just surviving, you are living. And if that's not the case, I feel that you could make some minor adjustments. I have a friend who is a
Yeah.
medical doctor, but he's a writer. At the core, he's a poet. So he uses his poetic, that natural giftedness of writing, to write
Yeah.
poems daily, and he shares it. And many people are edified, many people are encouraged and
Mm.
inspired. He's still practicing as a
Mm.
medical doctor. He's
Yeah.
still saving lives. He's also passionate about that. But at the core for him,
Fantastic.
right from day one, was that area. So if life gives you the opportunity, now I'm not going to say it in a perfect way, because it may not be as perfect as we may make it seem. Only trying to survive is a lot for you to even be doing at this point in time. And the fact that you have been able
Yeah.
to make something out of that situation you found yourself due to the circumstance or factors involved, I salute and applaud you. But please don't get lost. Find a way somehow. They say where there is a will, there will be a way. To
There's a
get back
way.
to that your sense of fulfillment, that thing, as Adek rightly said, your area of interest, your area of passion, that will give you that sense of fulfillment. For some people, they may be doing their regular jobs, making the money that is giving them, that's enabling them to meet their needs and survive. But they still look for at least 2 hours of their time to volunteer for what they are passionate about. I know a few people like that.
Yeah.
Some could even be in their church. They want to just teach as Sunday school teacher. That 1 hour of their time, that
Yeah.
2 hours of their time. They are using that adventure, that avenue, to get that sense of fulfillment and joy in what they are doing. Some could be like myself and Adek, that we have totally devoted our life to doing those things, not because we don't like money or we are not making money from other avenue, but
Yeah.
it's more of priority and
But we
also
cannot make
options too.
money from other avenue.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes it's also a kind of hard decision an individual has to make, because some people prioritize that sense of fulfillment over other benefits. And in the long run, it will all work out. But be it as it may, I'm just trying to balance it out that yes, I understand what it means to even try to survive in a country like this and to try to thrive despite everything. And somehow you may just push your passion and interest to one side so that you can get by on a daily basis. But live, live, don't just exist. Live. Find that place
Yeah.
where that thing that is core for you. My mentor would say that thing you are wired for. Find that place that you can find it, that it can find its expression. Find an opportunity that you can
Mm.
find its expression. No matter how little of your time it will give essence to your life. It will make you feel that sense of I am making something out of everything I find myself. And at the same time, it will
Yeah.
inspire somebody. It will make a difference in the life of somebody. Me, I'm just living my normal life. For every day I get by to the best of
So
my
some
ability.
people see it like you are
But
working
people
or you are
keep
hustling
sending
for
me
fame.
messages that,
You
oh
are just
goodness,
living your life.
I am just living my life. I am living my happy life to the best of my abilities. And I am contented with the level at which I am, but also pushing to become better daily. But I get messages of, oh goodness, you inspire me. Oh goodness, you keep pushing me to become
And
better.
it's
Just
and
living
it's
my life.
paving way for you as well.
Exactly.
And
The
it's
paving way
inspiring
for me
others. And it's
is
changing people's
something that you
decisions
don't
also.
even, it happens, that part of paving way is something like, for every action there must be an equal reaction. There's no way you'll be saying you are living your story that ways will not open up. It's not possible. It's just like saying you are shining
True.
your light and people will not be attracted to the light. cannot just, even if you as a person this night now you point torchlight outside your house, you will see all those fly coming towards the light. That shows you that there is no way you'll be living the best of your life, fulfilling that core part of you that you are wired for, that is making a difference, that you will not attract the right kind of people, the right kind of opportunities, recognition, impact, and profit. It may not come immediately, but in the long run, you would see it. And there's also the place of consistency to it too. So let me just wrap
Yeah,
it up here. Thank you.
wow, Ode has said a lot. Ode, don't worry, now you're free to disappear. You have said a lot. People should just give me Ode some love thumbs up. Don't be that online. Ode have really said a lot. Like excellent from your higher, I think excellent. I was about calling her to give some advices on what people can do, but she have said a lot. She have said a lot. And we can help ourselves by sharing this video or this live to your friends that you just feel, oh, this is going to change. This you actually need this is going to change something in you. Yeah. Because I remember when I was scattered, I didn't even know how I was going to pave or move through the overclouded way I was seeing. Yes, I've chosen this part of my life, but I'm looking like I could not cross. But I remember one of my colleagues, George, God bless George that day. George just told me, Adek, you feel you're not going to make it, or this is not going to actually work out. I was like, it looks like I can't even embark on this journey. He just told me, watch The Secret. He just came to class the next day, brought a video and tell me, watch this video. And come back and tell me what you got from the video. I don't know how many of us have watched The Secret. Like The Secret, it's not a movie, it's a documentary. The Secret, that documentary that that works on your mind like magic. I don't know if anybody here has watched it or read about it. Yeah. So by the time I finished with that The Secret at that time, yeah, that was how that video alone, gave me another level of motivation. I picked up myself and I just did it anyhow. I just continued. Yeah. So the same way this video can be someone's motivation out there, just make sure what I'm saying is that just make sure you share this video, or just make sure you call the name of someone to, hey, come and see something that might interest you. So Ode, thank you so much for sharing a lot. I know I told you you're not going to waste too much of your time here. Yeah. So or did you have one more word to say, or you're free to go and rest? Sorry, I pulled you out from your rest
No, it's
moment.
fine. Thank you so much for having me. One thing about listening to Adek is once you start, you'll be hooked to listening to her. That's why we call you Adek the voice. So your voice is always inspiring to listen to. Thanks for having me. I think for me, I will just
Thank you
conclude
so
by
much.
saying that for everybody listening to it, know that your story is important. Your story is significant. Your story can pave way for you and also pave way for other people. It's just for you to go through that
Exactly.
phase of self-discovery and be willing to make efforts to harness the power of your story. You understand? If you
Yeah.
don't understand this plenty grammar, start from the beginning of the video. You'll get it all. But be reminded
Yeah.
that my story is important. It makes a lot of difference. And
And your
there's
story
something,
is
there was an
your
incident
story.
that happened in my life one time that it was a tough and turning point for me. In fact, at this point, I'm not even bold enough to talk to a lot of people about it. But what I want to bring out of it was what kept pushing me through that phase of my life, even though it changed everything about, oh, me, high flying and all. What kept pushing me was that one day I will share this, my story, and it will serve as a point of inspiration and support to somebody.
Guys, I don't know what happened. The video just the live just ended. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but oh, I hope I can have you back. I don't know what happened actually. Network happened. Technical issues happened. Yes, I'm trying to see if they is still back. So she was saying something very nice, and oh, this live shouldn't have ended now. We're almost wrapping up. So anyway, Odi, I don't know if you can come back here on this live and conclude because that other one just got ended. And anyway, guys, in case she comes, in case she doesn't come, I just round up with this. We have said so much about you owning your story and let your story come from a place of you being fulfilled. And when we say your story, we don't mean someone else's story. You can't be someone else's story. It is your own story. What are you doing? What have you done? What are you doing that is giving you self-fulfillment? What are you contributing? What are you adding? What value are you adding? What do people or what do your name say about you? If they are to ask who is this person or who are you, what will people say that you are? Right? For some person that is just joining now, sorry about the other live that just ended just like that, network issues, but I'm just trying to round up here. Yeah, so let's always be so conscious of what do people say about our name, or what is my name actually doing for me. Take for example Ode that just shared, that was my guest on this conversation, that was sharing so much from the other video. Yeah, now Ode, I'm not talking about age here, but you see Ode, when you say who is Ode, now let me start from there. Ode today, she's the current curator for Calabar Hub Global Shapers Forum. Now Global Shapers Forum is an international forum where that houses young people, young leaders together. Yeah, but now she is the president. Let me use the word president of Calabar Hub, and they're just like 6 hubs in Nigeria. Yeah, and during the year about 400 leaders from different countries around the world are being invited to Geneva, Switzerland for a leadership conference. And now she's going to get on that she's going to get on that journey again because she emerged as a winner of the hub. Yeah, Ode again this Ode, if I want to give you a portfolio, it's too much. Ode again has just won an award to attend a conference on SRHR, that's reproductive health and rights at Thailand. No, Ode again has gone to, which country did she even go to again? Ode already getting too much of global exposure already. So what I'm saying is that Ode again, Ode, when you ask, when you think of the name Ode Goodness alone, now the name is a name that you have a lot of things to say about Ode. Oh, Ode, when she developed this, oh, Ode, she did this, Ode, she did that, Ode, she did that. Now, what is your name paving for you? What is your name paving? What is your story paving for? Ode, you're back here. Yeah, I'm so sorry that network ended the other live. Network ended the other video. Yeah. So all we're saying about here is, what is your name and your own original story doing for you? Now that's your originality, that's your story, can actually be that your way. Please do not try to jump and follow people because you feel, oh, politics is now the best way out, you jump in there. Oh, fashion designer is now the best way out to make money, you jump in there. Oh, NGO, not NGO money day, NGO money day, you jump in there. Oh, now here, you jump in there. No, don't just be here, there. Oh, don't just go and settle for something because you feel that is where the money is. Remember, your story, your journey, your impact is not tied to the money you are making. Oh, they made a statement that we're not doing anything because we are being paid, or we are doing it for money. We're just living our life. We're just living our story. We're just doing something that we're passionate about. We have interest in. Whatever we say or do is because we have interest in this thing, and it's yielding is building a story that if you take yourself out of the story and you be like, okay, is this me they are describing? Is this me? Is this me? Is this me? Most times it's overwhelming, yeah. But you don't know that you're just living your story. So Ode, you were cut off last time. I know you were almost rounding up, but just
That just
round
went
up
off.
again.
Okay, yes. I was almost rounding up, like you said, and I don't know where the video from the other end ended, but I'll just still close with that statement of saying your story is significant. Don't try to copy someone else's story or leave someone else's story. That's what Adek is
Exactly.
trying to say. a
And don't
moment
feel
to live.
bad for someone else's story. It's happening already.
Don't feel envious. We are all called
That's
to
the
live our own story. We are all called to live our own best life. It is saying that make the rest of your life the best of your life. All these things are not just mere quotes. People are living it. It's left for you to decide to live it or to just be in that place of, oh, all these things, Jare, does not apply to me. You understand? And another thing is, if you are able to transform that situation you are now into a story that will pave a way for you, you'll be glad you did that. Because that is
yeah.
what we are reading books about. That is what we are watching videos, podcasts, interviews, to hear people's story, to get inspired, to get motivated, to take actions. That's the power of storytelling. That's the power of people living their stories. So you can choose to be a spectator or to actually be an actor. Now this may be sounding catchy, but that is what people are living. Some of us may be
Yeah.
just listening, but we choose not to take action. Or we feel that
Yeah. And that's what I said from the
it will
beginning.
not make
Don't
any
just
difference.
listen.
Like it will not make any difference. After all, you have been trying. It will not make any difference. Or you are just trying to get by. But if you make that effort to take some actions, it will make a lot of difference and come from the place of self-discovery. Come from the place of, okay, I have sat myself down and I have realized that this is it for me. This is my passion. This is my interest. This is what I am wired for. You understand? That would make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Again, your story is significant. Your story is important. Your story has the power to transform lives, to make you experience that impact, that profit, that influence you desire. It has that power, but you are the one that will harness it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Ode. Thank you so much, Ode. Don't worry, you're free to go now. I could even excuse you that you got rest. Can know if you're here, I'll still
Um,
bring you up again to say something.
okay,
Thank
thank you.
you
Bye
so
bye.
much. Thank you so much. So we're taking Ode off. Let her go and rest. I personally move by myself so she can go and rest.
Has gone already. So what we are saying, guys, is as simple as simple. Yeah, is as simple as simple. Please do not try to live someone else's story. Don't try to live someone else's story. Try to be or live the story at your own place of discovery. And please, even whether you are a student, whether you are a worker, whatever you are, um um don't think we're telling you to go and make a story out of your job. No, we're not telling you to make a story out of your job. We're telling you to make a story out of what you've discovered about yourself, that is what you're passionate about and what you have high interest in, and what you're doing around those two things, passion and interest, and the result you're getting out of it. Now that is your story. Now that is your story. Lastly, I would like to say, I know that everybody that's going to watch this video, especially the young people, even the old people that are even working, old people that are even busy making money, do you know how much it takes for you to fly yourself to one country to do you know how much it takes to fly to one country, even within Nigeria? Do you know how much it costs you to go on a good flight, to stay in a good hotel, to even be paid for your time and everything? Yeah, it costs so much money. Most times you need to work like this before you now finally make money to go to UK or whatever country, or Dubai or whatever it is. Yeah, most people are not privileged to come from homes that they have that money to just um spend around or fly around. But guess what? Guess what? There is an easiest way of getting all of those things, as easy as how you can tell your story. It's through your story. It's as easy as easy. It's as easy as easy. I have experienced it. I've seen people experience it. Even now, if you can Google, for example, who can drop me what they are doing now? If you can tell me what you're doing, let me give you an example. Like Thomas, I don't know if you can share. What is that thing you're so passionate about now? Or what is that thing that you have high interest in that you are even doing? Just share, just write it. Let me use that for example. Let me show you something. We'll all see practical steps now. So what I'm saying is, you see, those good lives we are dreaming, or winning awards, or getting some kind of money or help or support, they are there, and it is your story that is going to actually make you get those things as easy, while you are living a fulfilled life, while you are making impact, while you are enjoying your life with your story that you're making. You're also It's also paving way of what you ever imagined. So is anybody dropping or sharing? Let me take it up from there. um I'm waiting to see what somebody wants to share. That is something. Let me just speak. Let me just speak. Or let me use someone's story that the person shared with me yesterday. I use someone as an example when I was having this session physically with some young people yesterday. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Isaac, for dropping research. Fantastic. And it's coming from Isaac. That's another story. That's another person with a story that has paved way for him. I'm not talking about Isaac today. Another time, Isaac will be my guest. Well, let me just, I think, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Yeah. So I'm using research for example. Take for example, you have somebody that is interested in research, in researching about things, writing, getting what is the issue around here, what is this, what is that, and you enjoy writing, and you've written stuff, your stuffs are being published, or your writing is paving way to bring solution to people, to design programs or things that are actually going to address issue, or your research is actually making one policy maker or policies makers or people somewhere to decide on doing something that is going to be great. Now that's your story. If you now see an opportunity or an application or something that says, tell us, the first thing they ask you about when you apply for something, or when you are, if somebody wants to know you, they ask you, tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself. So what will you say about yourself if you don't have a story? So now that person that does research will start by saying, my name is this, I'm a researcher, I have done research A, B, C, D, and Z, and it has yielded result A, B, C, D, and Z, and my research was used to do A, B, C, D, and Z. So your story, you trying to explain this is who you are, is coming with all of these stories of what your research, just that research of interest and passion, has done for you. And next thing they now ask you, tell us what you have done that has made impact in your community. And you now still say, okay, well, this is my research I wrote about HIV, for example, was able to do this, that, and now this and that. So by the time a lot of people are applying for that same thing, and what the global world is looking for is just to read people's unique story, just to read. There are people out there that have put in millions of naira, billions of dollars to just read through people's stories and say, okay, I like this person's story, he or she has made impact, he or she has done this story has actually brought this result, and then they draw you in, and that drawing you in means you're flying trips to countries, means you winning cash dollars, you getting a position that is making you internationally recognized, your growth. It's started paving way for you, just because you have shared a research story, or just because you have shared, like someone said about humanity seeing lives improve for better life. So now, thank you. So now, that's just because you have shared a story around how you have been able to make some vulnerable kind of people to improve for a better life, how you've been able to help, let's say, widows in this community to have an improved life. Or like Monica is saying, her interest is in adolescent and reproductive health, how you've been able to make so many teenagers in your community, or the adults in your community, have access to what is sexual reproductive health. It has helped them to prevent pregnancy, it has helped them to prevent unwanted pregnancy, it has helped them from preventing STDs, that has really helped them, they have right over their body. Like, your story is what is paving way for you. Because somebody asks you, who are you, can we know? They're not asking you for, tell me your name is John Michael Mba, I am from Cross River, I'm a student of this, I graduated from this, I have first class, I'm working in oil company. That's not what they're asking you. That is not a story. That is your job. That is your job. If they take away that job from you, you don't have a story. You don't have a story of impact. So, my fellow listeners, as I round up from here, I told you that at the end of this conversation, it might make you to think through your life deeply again. Yeah? So, my fellow listeners, wherever you are right now, whatever you are doing right now, yeah, whatever you are doing right now, let it come from a place of self-fulfillment. Let it come from a place of, oh, this thing I'm doing, I am so passionate about it. Even if they pay me or not, I will be doing something around this. Let it be that you're doing something that you have so much interest for. Let it be that what you are doing is impacting lives, is adding value, is changing narrative, is giving you a name on a stone, is giving you a name that people remember you for. You understand? Not because, let it don't be that you are in a place right now, you are working, you are at that position because it's a job. They said something. There are some doctors that are doctors, but yet they still find a place where they go and do a community service thing that gives them a self-fulfillment. One is even a poetry. He still writes his poet, and his write-up change or make people feel good about something. That is him. That is him working in a place of the discovery that even though I'm a doctor, it doesn't take away me doing what gives me fulfillment. Like I said, money is good. Money is important. Money is important. But what is important? Or what is so important? What is so important, is what impact are you making? What self-fulfillment are you getting? What is your story, or what is your life adding to another person, to people? What are you contributing while you are alive? What are you contributing? Are you just making money and just making money? Do you understand? So like they said, me, we are not working because we are being paid. We're not working for money. I don't spend my time, dedicate my life, dump a lot of things about me to make money, to ensure that every day I am sharing something, I am talking to young people, I am making sure they are making the right decision, I am impacting lives, I am just trying to make somebody not to make the wrong decision, just trying to help somebody have a better future than myself, or be on the right track, discover themselves and be better. I didn't sacrifice my own life and growth to do this because I'm being paid. I am doing this, paid or not, because this is what gives me that fulfillment. This is my story. If I disappear from earth today, what would they say about Adegbasi? What would they say? If I turn behind me, are there people that will say, if not for Adek that said this, Adek what has impacted my life before, Adek have said this to me that made me to do this, Adek has done this. That is my own self-fulfillment. If I look around, I see people that I've spoken to before, in one way or the other, they have a better future, they've grown, they are achieving this. I am so happy, I am so fulfilled, because that is my place of discovery. That is my place of my own story. What is your story? What is your story? So guys, live your story, live your passion, live your interest. Make sure if it means, I remember when I resigned 2018, I resigned from working, because sometimes working restricts you from doing something you're passionate about. Some kind of work, I'm not saying working is bad, some kind of work. Don't do this, don't go there, don't do that, do the everything. They just rigid it. You're not making your life like this. You can't turn here, you can't do this. What end they give you money? That's not happiness for me. So I had to just let go. Let me just do what makes me happy. Sweetheart, my story has paved way for me as well. So guys, thank you. I don't know if I can take one or two questions so I can disappear as well. I join Ode in resting. Yeah, so I'm reading through people's comments now. I'm making a story. Okay, I'm reading through. Please just drop a question below. I'm going to respond to it. Don't try to leave someone else's story. Yeah. I get that. Something Dorothy said. I'm trying to see what Dorothy said. Yeah, she said, I'm tired of sharing my story. I beg. I just impact lives. Go my way. The stigma is too much. The stigma is too much on me. Okay, the stigma is too much on you. But Dorothy, don't forget that maybe the story you are sharing is not for the people that are bringing you stigma, but your story is to give hope and better meaning of life to a particular kind of people that need to hear that story. As ugly as it is, you're not sharing because you're sharing to the general public. If, for example, you're sharing a story of how you overcame whatsoever challenge, now who do you share that story with? You share it with that target of people to give them hope, to give them reason for better life. Yeah, so don't allow stigma at all. The people stigmatizing you to who make you change your mind from sharing story. Remember, just keep making impact. Like you say, you're making impact, right? You're changing lives. Yeah, but when you see people that you need to share that story, share the story, because your why are you sharing that story should be your drive, right? I remember when I was working with I was working at infectious disease hospital. I was working with also HIV, people living with HIV. Yeah. Now, when I conduct an HIV test for somebody and I see you're positive, right? I can read your actions that, oh my god, if this person leaves here and know that he's positive, this person might even go and kill his or herself. So what I used to do most times, sweetheart, I've done crazy things to give people hope, oh, to make them feel better and live better, to even go through with their life situation. I've told people that, see, your result is positive, me too, I'm positive. I've told people that I'm HIV positive before. I have stood on podium and shared such I shared it with them. Do you know why I did that? Because to me that was all I needed to have done to them, to make them not to think of feeling their case is the worst. At that time, I was even wishing I was positive, so that they will see that I have not given up in life. You understand? So I just tell them, hey, look, I'm positive, and I'm taking my drugs, and I'm fine. I'm still going to school. I'm still gonna be this. I'm still gonna be. And they're like, oh, okay, 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 okay. So if you can, and you're busy working, and you're doing this, that means me too, I can. And they leave that place, bounce back, and they are fine with their life. Take their drug, and their life continue. Do you get? Do you get? Do you get? So most times, Dorothy, yeah, most times if you're with a particular target that need to hear that your story, you share that story, because that story might just be a saving grace to somebody in making the right decision, from preventing themselves from doing something harmful. Your story might just be the transformer of someone's life. So don't give up at all. Don't give up. Don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. Most times, me running an NGO, you guys know what I do now is categorized under NGO space bar, and I'm there in an NGO. But every time I keep my vision in front of me and try not to be distracted, that I am not here doing all these NGO people. I am not here doing all of these things, because most times you might be distracted. You might, because you want to pursue getting grants or getting money or getting support to get your work done, you start going to look for support for these particular people. The same you are doing program for this one. The same you are trying to solve all the problems. You are just writing, just doing because you want to make money. No, you're trying to get this data, get this thing, get this structure, get this that, because you want to make money. Most times it's so distracting to me that I have to pause and like, hey, no. Before this NGO definition came true, that this thing I'm doing is called NGO, or you need to get registered, or you need to get that. I remind myself that I don't need all of that money to make impact. Where are the young people? What can I say to this particular group that have seen a problem? What can I do? What can I give? What can I? And I do, and I see my impact, and I see my result, and like, ooh, I'm fulfilled. I'm fulfilled. I'm fulfilled. So what I'm saying is, Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. There's a question here for me to answer, and I call this a night. So Thomas is saying, what if your stories seem not interesting to people, like no one wants to care? What do you advise? What if your stories seem not interesting to people, like no one wants to care? What do you advise? Well, your story is not for everybody. Like, do you know that this thing I'm doing, this life now, I'm having a conversation with you, or the people I'm working with, not everybody is interested about this. They might say, it's not Adek again, young people, please, let's happy, and they're not interested. But those that are interested, because some people will say, I've passed the level of what Adek want to share, please let me not even attend. But then, does it affect me from doing this thing? No. I still do it because there are still people that need this thing I am sharing, this thing I am saying. It is for them. So people seeming interested in what you're doing. You're not doing it for the entire people. You're sharing your story for a particular kind of people based on your story content. Look for who need that story. If you discover what you are doing, next thing is for you to find out who need this story, who does this story relate to. Even if you're going to apply for global opportunities, you're not going to apply for all opportunities. Let's say you have a story on humanitarian stuff, right? And you're now going to look for a story, and now going to apply for, when they're asking you for technology, what have you done with tech, for program, for coding, for agriculture, or for this or for that, and you're busy telling, they're asking you, what have you done around technology, and you're saying, I've made impact in the lives of people, I've helped women, I've helped men. Does it relate? No. So don't be interested. They won't be interested. Yeah. So don't worry about people not becoming interested about on your story. You're not doing it because you want to sell market. You're doing it because you want to make impact. Do not forget. So your impact and the people that need that impact are the people that need that your story. Thomas, do you get? Have I been able to explain it? Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to share this video so that I can get to so many people and to help them make the right decision as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ode, for coming in. And don't worry, I'll be bringing different guests to be sharing. I'm sure all of you enjoyed the things Ode shared. Even myself, I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. I love you all. Bye, people. Bye, people. Bye, people. And bye. Yeah, thank you.